Hey, what is up, guys? It is Adam here. I am taking questions live. All right. So this question came in is kind of similar to another one. So I think I'm gonna do one video for both of these because this one is, can freshers get projects in Upwork, and the other one is like basically how to get started with getting jobs on Upwork, which is essentially the same question. So we're gonna roll that all into one here. Now, from my experience, when I was first starting on Upwork, what I did was find a job that, you know, I knew I could knock out of the park, and I knew that I could do it quickly. So I would say, and this strategy changes as you get more and more gigs under your belt, but before you have any reviews and you know, enough social proof on the system to ensure that the client knows that you're the real deal, then I think it's always best to figure out, okay, what are you really good at right now? Like, what is a gig on here that I know, whether it's writing or design work, or if it's, I don't know, maybe building like a little landing page, or like mine, for instance, was doing like a quick series of emails in Infusionsoft. And I knew that this was something I could do really quickly and do it really in a beautiful way that they will love. And you have to be that confident about it, because you need to be able to bid on this job and be like, hey man, I'm new on here, and be honest with them. I'm new on here, I know what I'm doing. Let me talk to you really quickly so we can get on the phone maybe, and you know that I'm an actual person, because it's sometimes difficult at first before you get interviews that person actually knows that you're real. So you need to establish credibility in that you're an actual person first and foremost. So let them know you're new, you know this stuff, you'd love for them to be, you know, your first gig, you can do this fast, you have the time, you can get this, you know, you can get this over to them in maybe the next 24 hours, maybe the next couple hours, right? The people posting jobs on Upwork want the stuff immediately. They're not trying to set something up for like next month or 2 months. They want something right now. So you have to play to that. And if you could show them, hey man, I can knock this out for you really quickly, let's do it. And you know, you're not necessarily competing on price. I wouldn't even factor, like, don't even think about the price of what he's paying you. Just chalk it up to a win. You know, my first gig was $45, and it took me about 15-20 minutes to do. And so it was just to get, you know, a couple good reviews under my belt. So you have to think about that and let them know that, like, because they can't think that you're just some cheap dude, but at the same time, you want to just make sure that you get this gig, and they need to know where you're coming from. So I made that very clear, like, hey, I have a ton of experience, but look, you know, this shouldn't take me long and I can do it for you very quickly. Well, it's a no-brainer to them, because they obviously, you know, what do they have to lose if you can knock this out of the park? Well, and I was able to deliver it to them. They loved it, and immediately they hired me on for an hourly gig. And so that like little small $45 an hour gig, or I'm sorry, $45 gig turned into a $45 an hour long-term commitment. And this client wound up paying me $14,000 or $15,000 through our total relationship together. And we're still talking. Like 5 years later, he still may hit me up with some stuff. So that's how freshers get gigs, and you want to build off of that. Those first couple ones, you bang them out very quickly, you gift wrap them up for the client, so they're like, holy shit, this guy is amazing. And they will be so ecstatic, and they will write you these great reviews, and those are worth their weight in gold, and you keep building on that. And what I do is usually give myself a pat on the back plus a raise every time I successfully complete a gig, and then it makes it fun. So I hope that, you know, that answers that question. And like, look, you know, if you are a fresher or a new person on this platform, there's plenty of ways to search on the find work area of Upwork, where you could really hone in on your skill set. And from what I do to do that is hone in on the actual platforms that I'm comfortable with. So for my job, it was, you know, I typed in Infusionsoft this was back when Keep was Infusionsoft, but I think you can still search for Infusionsoft. But anyway, I put that into the search criteria, and then these projects specific to that platform came up. So instead of typing writing, which is very broad, maybe you can narrow in to something like writing about X, Y, and Z, or if it's building landing pages, maybe you could focus on a specific platform that you use to create landing pages, because maybe that client also has that platform. If it's writing emails, obviously writing down that email platform would work, like it worked for me. If it's a software as a service company, maybe you're a Salesforce expert, and you could specifically seek out that. If you're an e-commerce business, obviously Shopify is something that a lot of people are searching for. So you want to hone in on the actual platform and not necessarily the skill. Instead of e-commerce, do Shopify. Instead of web pages, do WordPress. Or instead of landing pages, do the theme. Instead of marketing, do the marketing platform. You get what I'm saying? So that's going to help organize that stuff, and then you could go in and bid on those jobs and say, I'm confident on this platform. Zero training necessary. I can get in today. To send me over the login. I'll have something produced by the end of the day. Okay? Sound good? Fair enough? Done. So that's how you get your first couple jobs. It's all about confidence. So it's all about knowing that you can complete this, because you don't have a lot to go off of. And then obviously once you get those under your belt, you're gonna have a much easier time after that. You could refer to like your portfolio items that are verified by Upwork, or your actual like reviews. That's very, very helpful. So I hope that answered those two questions. Again, it was like how to get your first couple gigs, and can freshers get projects in Upwork? And the answer is yeah, man. So thanks a lot for this question. Hope you guys send others, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.